All right. So peace and love, world. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Zoe. This is episode 61, titled The Bronx Native.
Let's go.
CEO and founder of the Bronx Native today. Mr. Amaurys Childhood. Really happy to be here, man. Introduce yourself.
Yes, first of all, thank you so much for having me, my man. This is a beautiful thing, We should be doing more of this every single day, having conversations with our brothers and sisters, collaborating, working together, and making it happen, right? So me, Amaurys Childhood, a creative and entrepreneur based in the South Bronx, owner of Bronx Native, which is a brand that embodies what the Bronx truly is, With Bronx Native, what we're trying to do is change the narrative, right? It's basically create, for the people, by the people, create merchandise that empowers us, inspires us, just create a better life for the BX, showcase the BX, showcase our people the best way possible, right? For me, growing up in the Bronx, I felt that the Bronx was the most beautiful place on earth, right? I love the Bronx, my home, my people, everything about it, the history, the culture. And but I always heard negative things about it, right? I heard all these perspectives that were, quite frankly, wrong, right? The Bronx has so much to offer. Damn wrong. That's a fact. The Bronx has so much to offer, and so much beauty and so much, this is the birthplace of hip hop, the birthplace of culture, our history. We create everything out of nothing, right? And I'm not gonna get into that deep, but that is some of the reasons why we created Bronx Native, right? To really showcase the Bronx the way it should be showcased, and we're doing it through a variety of ways, right? We have a creative ecosystem under Bronx Native that deals with a variety of things, right? From the fashion to music, to workshops, to experiences, events, everything. So we're making it happen, but right now we're at the print shop, South Bronx Press, which is one of the new projects that we're working on, and basically printing everything in-house and printing also for the community, for the people. So you already know.
Absolutely, man. That's a beautiful thing. So we want to take it from there, and I want to add into that, like, not only changing the narrative, but taking back control of the narrative. Like, speaking of two kids from the South Boogie, born and raised here, no one knows this better than we do.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like we should be in position advocating for what's ours.
Facts.
And that's what you've done with your platform, and that's what I've done with mine, and it's been really a beautiful thing to watch you grow and flourish.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
This interview has been a long time coming.
Yes.
60 episodes of Conversation with Zoe.
That's what's up, man. Congrats,
so
man. That's
appreciate
consistency. That's working right there. So that's what's up.
Absolutely. It really is about trying to give the mentality of our community, give the people of our community a better mentality, something more sustainable, something about more longevity. You know what I'm saying? So, let's touch into your childhood. Tell us about your childhood.
Yeah, man, born and raised here, like you said, in the boogie South Bronx. I had a great childhood, I'm gonna be, frank, and I was always a creative. I was always drawing. I was that kid in the back of the classroom, in the back of church, just drawing, doing my thing. Always, that was just my thing, just like the art kid, he knows how to draw, let's tell him to draw something. So from a very early age, I knew I wanted to embark in a creative field, I wanted to do something career-wise in the creative field. And the Bronx really molded who I am today, right? In all senses, right? You are, in a way, a product of your environment, right? I do believe that your environment does not depict your future. You can do whatever you want to be. You could make it happen. You could do it here in the Bronx. So shaped me from my values. I grew up in church. So I have some foundational values that come from there, I went to PS 62 in Southern Boulevard. My hood where I grew up was Longwood, Hunts Point.
Yeah.
That was my area right there. I went to St. Ignatius, which is a small school in Hunts Point, an amazing school that, and really my whole academic career, I was able to be in positions where I was able to flourish and grow my creativity and everything I do, right? After St. Ignatius, I went to Cardinal Hayes High School in Grand Concourse.
Ooh,
You already know Up Hayes and all these
Ooh.
men.
So I didn't graduate from Ohalos, but I went to Ohalos for 2 years.
Oh, yeah?
So
Okay.
I know what that rivalry is like.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Archdiocese. I had an incredible experience there as well. I was able to join and be part of a lot of amazing things and express myself creatively. I had art teachers. I had just teachers that really helped me, and you already know it's been great. And then after that, I went to Bronx Community College. So I was actually in the Bronx for
Yeah, so I really want to highlight community college. It's a stepping stone. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing negative about community college. So
I have a story about that too.
Where you start, it doesn't depict where you finish. And at the end of the day, if you have a dream and you have a mission, and that's to educate yourself, then wherever you get in that education does not matter. So shout out to BCC.
Yeah, no, shout out to BCC. I had that same sentiment, right? I was like, a little bit of my story is that when I was in Cardinal Hayes senior year, I had I was a good student throughout, but senior year I had like a major senioritis. You already know. Last year you chilling, you vibing, and you lose in educate. You're like, I'm going to here, I'm going there, But I ended up going to BCC, and in the beginning, to be honest, I was not happy. I was like, a community college, BCC, you know what I mean? It's just that stigma around there. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it has been one of the most incredible experiences for me to go to Bronx Community College. Definitely, I tapped into my potential at Bronx Community College, right? The design department over there is incredible. They definitely pushed me and really saw something in me that I didn't even see at the time. And then from that time on, I was like there for like 1 year, like just still chilling or whatever. And then I was like, yo, what am I doing, right? And these teachers gave me opportunities working at the gallery, working at internships, right? Working on the marketing and branding for BCC and different stuff. So BCC, and to this day, I go back to BCC. I talk to the professors over there. I connect with the design department. So definitely, it is completely 100% what you said, right? Do not be ashamed. It is a stepping stone, it's a foundation, and whatever you do is what you really put into it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So definitely agree with that sentiment.
Absolutely, and that goes with places of employment. You could work at Subways. Who knows? Anything. As long as you have a drive and you know what the end goal is, you're getting your education, you're getting money. As long as you attaining knowledge and there's money in your pockets, who cares? And it's something that's for your future. So as you get to college, so now we touched on the education a little bit. Yeah. And how do you feel about the education system growing up?
Yeah. When I was growing up, I see more. When you're growing up, you're just kind of just going through life. You're young, you're doing your thing. You don't know anything different than what you're already living. So you're like, oh, this must be normal. But definitely now, looking back, there are some things that of course, like I said, I had an incredible education experience here in the Bronx and every school that I went to. But definitely, I have been looking at education and from a different perspective, from different eyes, especially now with the whole virtual, with the new normal, right? And just how fast just things change, right? And just looking at it like as in like every kid is an individual, right? Every kid learns different. Every kid is different, right? So I do think that people should educate, maybe just tap into that, explore with that, right? How do we teach these kids, but not all the same, because we're not all the same at the end of the day, right? What if somebody learns this way better? You know what I mean? So maybe individualizing that more to the student, but of course not losing that interactivity with other peers and stuff like that. So I have been thinking, I don't come from an educational background, but we before COVID, we were going to basically like 1 to 3 schools every week, right? Going to career days, going to motivational speaking days, and just talking to the kids about entrepreneurship, talking to them about creativity, about the Bronx, right? I'm an advocate for the arts, for creativity, and for entrepreneurship, right? For ownership, right? I think that the best way to change the narrative, and I like you said take ownership of our narrative. When in a way, yes, because it has been ours. We have been putting in the work. We do this, right? But now it's to reclaim our narrative, right? So that was incredible. But showing these kids, giving them the resources needed, right, to do what they want to do, right, empowerment, inspiring them. So I think there should definitely be more of that, right? More arts, more creativity, more. How do we teach kids through hip hop? You know what I mean? It's an art form with all these different elements, 5 elements, right? So just thinking of new ways to teach our kids, because our kids are always changing. They're different. The world. There's different mediums now. I'm talking to people that are using video games to teach kids, right? Since the video game phenomena, everyone's playing video games. How do we utilize this medium now to teach these kids in the new era, in this new age? So I definitely, just thinking about those things and stuff. So, but definitely, our kids are the future. You already know.
I mean, as you get older, and you go through your academic career, they give you more of a choice. So I feel like kids should be given a choice. You should be able to pick maybe there's like your base, math, science, history, right?
Yeah, of course,
but then you
humanities.
can, but then you can pick 2 electives. You know what I'm saying? So you can take your dance, you can take, and in school, not like allocated time. It's like this is in school, and it could be your first period, and I'm pretty sure engagement will go through the roof, because now, middle school, you have more of a choice. So maybe elementary school is like, boom, you get your foundation. And then as you go up, because you go to high school, you pick different classes. And then in college, you have your electives and things that you have to take. But then you can pretty much broaden out, and you could pick your major. So at 18, I have to make a decision of what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, right there.
And it's tough because you were never given this opportunity throughout your life, and it's a scary moment.
It's a scary moment.
But I see what you mean. If we teach that from an earlier age, it makes the whole transition.
You're transitioning through that. So instead of you paying and taking out loans to figure it out, why can't, when it's free or in high school
figure it out even before that?
Figure it out even before that. So let's push it. So certain classes, I've never used algebra really, like in business it's red and green, you know what I'm saying? That's the, that's facts, you know what I'm saying?
I would definitely, something that I am extremely tight about, I think that in high school, even middle school, kids should be taught real life stuff, like credit. You already know. No one taught me about credit, and now my credit is the worst, right? And
he has good business credit.
I have good. I mean, you already know.
Business credit.
But my personal credit, and I feel like if I was giving those, and a lot of times, we grow up in our households, second generation, what I mean, parents that are talking, Spanish, in my case, so they didn't have the resources, they didn't have the knowledge, so they didn't pass that down to me. But I do think that it does come down to the education system. We need to teach our kids about credit, about financial literacy, about all these things that have a super major effect growing up. More than, like you said, sometimes algebra, but I'm not gonna bash any
I'm not saying
but that is a fact, that's something that I was like, man, I'm struggling right now in this, but definitely I think kids should be, there should be some programs,
there should definitely be some programs out there. Just a quick story, just a quick pro quo. I was working in an after school program in a school, in a public school town, and I did a financial literacy course with the kids, and I got a lot of backlash for it. Oh, it's too advanced. You need to dumb it down. And the fact that she said dumb it down pissed me off. You couldn't say simplify. You couldn't say nothing else.
That's crazy.
But you really, really, really put your own insecurities and minimal basis of understanding on these kids. And trust me, they know a lot more than you give them credit for knowing.
Fact, bro. These kids are smart, bro.
So this was the basis of it. I said, hey, what do you guys know about money? Oh, you use it for this, you use it for that.
And
cool.
These kids love money.
And mind you, we this is a 3rd grade class. I did it with the 3rd graders and the kindergarten, and they both got it. So what does mommy do at the bank? Oh, she go to TD Bank. and sometimes the line is long. But so what do you think she's doing? Oh, she said she got to save money. So what's the importance of saving money? So you literally just,
Damn,
you gotta
dude,
have
that's
like a
fucking
word,
good,
and
bro.
then you just, fill around it.
That's
so
amazing.
there it was.
Yeah,
Oh, she
that's
says
great.
banks. So I'm like, what other banks do you know? This is kindergarten. Oh, Bank of America and Chase.
And they
and,
mad,
and they gave me a pen. They got the bank pen. So I'm like, here it is. They know. So I'm like,
They just put it in that together. Like,
So with the fourth graders, I'm like, hey, there's two words that look similar, but they're totally different. And I wrote debit, and I wrote debt. And they're like, oh. So this one means this, and this one.
Yeah.
So we would make our own definition of things.
Bro, that's
So
extremely
financial literacy
Yeah,
was
yeah.
knowing and understanding the language of money.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
was fourth grade.
Bro, I commend you, bro. That
You know
was
what I'm
amazing.
saying?
That was amazing. That's
So
amazing.
it wasn't, so here you guys,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
talking about it's too complex. No, they got it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think my energy going into that class, they feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they
That's
reciprocate it.
awesome,
They
yeah.
give that back. So
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, when I go to the career days, you come with a certain energy, and they react to that energy, right? And they give you that
100%.
energy back. And like you said, if they're smart, they got it, bro. They got
yeah,
it.
so especially my educators in the inner city, especially in the Bronx, keep your limitations at the door. You know what I'm saying?
You
Because
already know.
you inadvertently are putting that on
Facts.
the children. So we were trying to reach. Sky's the limit. So everything, all the minimal stuff is if you can't swim, then don't tell somebody else they can't swim. As simple as that is. Because sometimes we inadvertently do that, like without even knowing. Like if I know I can't, I'm gonna tell you, nah, bro, don't do that.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality that carries the whole hood.
That's it.
And we here to wipe it out. So now I want to get to my next point, right? So I consider us ambassadors of the Bronx, right? But I feel like you're on a whole different level, And I know I'm putting on for the Bronx, and we both rep the South Boogie,
You already
But I feel like you own a store in the South Boogie.
Yes, you already know.
That's different.
It's a little different.
That's
it's a little
different. You know what I'm saying?
You already
So
know.
I just feel like that inspired me to go even harder. You know what I'm saying? So we got projects that we spoke about that aren't cleared yet, but they coming, and we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
But we have to give you your flowers, bro.
Thank you.
Why you here to smell them?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely appreciate that, bro. For us, Bronx Native started as, I can say, a passion project, right? It was something that came from the heart, something that we're like, yo, why are we treated this way? You know what I mean? Why are we really genuinely was just like, this is crazy. And then another thing that triggered it was, amongst everything else, was the lack of branding and merchandising for the Bronx, right? We were looking online, we couldn't find no tees, no hats, nothing dope that really represented where people were. And right there, we were like, let's make merch. And in the beginning it was just for us and our friends. Like, let's just make merch, and let's rock it. But we had big dreams for Bronx Native. We said, we wanted to start with merch, but we wanted to be a community-based brand, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to be a brand that tackles issues that we go through on a day-to-day basis. So the community element was definitely something that has been the foundation for Bronx Native. And from a passion project, it became a business, right? E-commerce. 2016 was like our learning year, right? How are we gonna brand this brand, right? How are we going to create our visual language? What are we gonna be doing? What are we gonna be posting, right? What's gonna be our mission? And then 2017 was our like breakthrough year, like the year that we were like, okay, that's it. Let's put it all on the table. We're gonna put, our blessed entries into Bronx Native. We noticed that in 2016, people was vibing with the brand. People were, we were doing pop-ups. And the little bit that we put out, people were really digging it, and a lot of people were showing us love, and people were ordering, and I was like shipping them, like packaging them, just taking Ubers and giving it to people, right? And then 2017. We decided, we were like, look, we're gonna do these three things, right? We're going to go to every single event in the Bronx. Every single cultural event that happens, we're gonna be there, right? Because we understand connectivity. We understand network. We understand, and to a certain extent, is who you know. You have to connect with what's happening. You can't be about something and just be outside of that loop. So I was like, we have to do this, right? We're gonna meet with everybody. I literally remember going down to Instagram and be like, all right, let me hit this dude up. Let's connect. Let's have coffee. You know, let's connect. Let's collab. Let's figure this out. You know, let's have conversations. And number 3, say yes to every opportunity that came to us that was on brand, right? So every single thing, you know, even though we were scared, even though we've never done it before, even though we were like, yes, because we, you know, it was just like, we're in it. We're gonna do whatever it takes. And that year was really, we saw an immense growth. It was really the year kind of that put us on. We were able to be on platforms like the New York Times, you know, News 12, Bronx Native. And we were able to start the pop-up here, right?
Yeah,
the store.
Beautiful store.
So thank you, buddy. So, you know, with the store, we were already doing pop-ups in different spots, right? We did a chicken spot pop-up, which was in a chicken spot, right? We released the summer collection, you know, we had DJs in there, people eating chicken, you know, it was a vibe, right? And we were doing this in other spaces, but this opportunity came about very organically, you know what I mean? It just came to us. And like I said, you know, we said we're gonna say yes to everything. And we had no experience with retail, no nothing, right? But we knew we wanted to create an experience. That's all we knew, right? But yes, we're gonna sell our merchandise, but what's beyond that? We want people to feel something. We want people to experience a true, authentic Bronx experience. So with this shop, that's exactly what we set out to do, right? It's an interactive experience. People could tag up the walls when they come in. We, you know, post-COVID, pre-COVID, we were having events there, 1 to 3 events a week, right? From financial literacy events, cultural events, open mics weekly, fashion shows, dinners, comedy shows, you name it, we've had it in the shop, right? And that was definitely something important for us. And that's exactly what we did. You know, the pop-up was supposed to be for 2 weeks. And from those 2 weeks, we just hit 3 years in October 2020. Wow. And then October 2021, it will be our 4th year anniversary. And, you know, like I said, you know, it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the process. And we've been very fortunate to been blessed. And these things come organically. And best believe when a door opens for us or an opportunity shows up, we grab it and we do the most with it. You already know, right? And that's how another door opens, another one, right? And we, you know, so it's just being open to life is something that we definitely do out here, you know. Give me a second, buddy.
You got it. So as we get into it, we're gonna start to hope on. Go ahead. Yeah. So we're gonna keep things rolling. We're gonna start to talk about what does fashion mean to him? You know, the concept of Bronx Native. We're gonna talk about why here, why the Bronx, like why he's chosen to do this here and really stay home. You know, one thing that I want to tell you guys is that the Bronx Native is an amazing store. It's an amazing platform. It really does hone in on the special things that we're doing here. So this is the Bronx logo, box logo t-shirt. And what's beautiful and what's special about this is the fact that I actually lost this shirt when I was in the hospital and my girlfriend was giving birth, right? And I hit him up. I'm like, yo, bro, like, I lost my shirt. I need another one. And boom. The beautiful thing about Bronx logo is that they print their own stuff. So they have a huge inventory as we're here in their shop. And, you know, as they're getting things ready, you know, and I was able to obtain another shirt. You know, so that's one of the most beautiful things about this. And another thing that I want to highlight, you know, just to go forward, is one thing we need to talk about is we need to support each other. You know, we need to do more when someone does something well, and when someone wins, like, take it as a win for yourself. You know that we all need to win at some point in life. You know what I'm saying? And instead of hating and being negative and talking down on one another, we really need to take that as a moment to see like what could I do better? What is it that I'm not doing? You know, and how could I take my platform and maybe collaborate with them? Or maybe how could I support them? You know, like buy their stuff, like buy more local stuff. Like, you know, you have the Bronx Brewery, you know, you have bistros, you know, you have businesses in your own community that you could float your money through that community, you know, through that economy. You know, ownership, you know, he's an entrepreneur. So we have to think about not only being consumers, but being producers. Like, this man is producing clothes for the Bronx, for the people of the Bronx. And he's doing that from a way that he's able to put it out there and also give back. So he's not only stimulating the economy, but he's also giving back to his community. And I feel like we need to see more of that. You know, there's not enough of that. There's just too much, this guy's this guy's that, or make it a competition where we feel like we have to one-up each other. And it should never be that way. You know, it should always be in a way where, okay, like how could I help him be better? How could I maybe take my resources and my network and combine it with his, and now we have more, as opposed to, oh well, I'm gonna invest in this and I'm gonna be better than him. Like, what does that really help? Because as a culture, we're not coming together. So him and I were talking off camera about this, and the hate needs to stop. So as we're going back into it, we need to show more love to each other.
That's a fact. I always, two things for me is social impact, social change, but also spreading love. You already know. We need to show love to each other. You know what I mean? I always say we're stronger as a whole, and then as individuals, right?
Absolutely.
We all have different skill sets. We all have different networks. Imagine if we put those things together and really work towards a common goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we weren't so, all these things, just like, competitive or jealous or this or heated, I think we all need to learn how to love more, and not only like our fellow colleagues or people, but just everything. Love life more, right?
Yeah.
Be open to life more. And definitely whatever you put out there, you'll get it in return tenfold, and I'm a firm, that's my testimony, that's my, whatever the work you put in, you're gonna get that back, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I see the same thing with love, right? You put love in the air, you put it out there, you're gonna get that in return. And it's something beautiful, what I mean? I mean, who likes hate, who likes these things, toxicity, all these things? It's like, bro, joints suck. Bro. Imagine peace and love and just all these, I can sound a little hippie, I can sound
but it's essential.
But it's a fact. It's a fact. You know what I mean?
Essential,
Who wants to be sad all day? Who wants to be angry? No one wants to do it. People want to be happy, bro. People want to smile. People want to work, create, and that's what we're here to do.
Absolutely. So I feel like, so I read an article, and I see how you saved your shop during COVID. So like, how did you manage to do that?
Definitely, bro. For us, along with everyone else in the world, COVID definitely was unexpected and brought all these things that were insane, right? Mm-hmm. Us as a small business with a brick and mortar, we were hit tough, especially in New York City because of the lockdown and everything. So we had two shops currently, one in Hunts Point called the Bronx Native Market, and our flagship store here. We did close our Hunts Point shop just because, it's tough out here, our proceeds, our revenue was cut into half what we were earning, right, for our online store, for the shop, but that does not mean that all the expenses are cut. You know what I mean? The expenses were still coming, rent, just cost of goods, all these different things. So COVID made it very hard for us, and we had to close the shop. So I was just like, what are we gonna do, right? One of the things that we did was really took a step back, right, and really look at our e-commerce store and really make our e-commerce store the best store possible, right? Yeah. The world was already moving into a more virtual world, this and that, and kind of like COVID took that to the edge. It was like, nah, now everything's virtual.
You got no choice.
You got no choice now. Yeah. So we definitely did that. We boosted up our online presence on social media. We were already always going ham on social, but now, doing lives every day, updating people on what was happening, creating merch that was relevant to what was happening at the moment, and just exploring, right? What do we do next, right? We might not have money to print, we might not do this. What can we do, right? We started, one of the projects that we did was the army jackets, right? Yeah. Which was a great product. We said, let's do these army jackets, let's get a stencil, and let's just spray paint them ourselves, right? Yeah. We put them out, and they've been a bestseller ever since. You know what I mean? And that's a a testament to that, right? Like when you're in those moments, you have to think of new ideas and new things to come out, and that was a successful one. That we came out of that. We literally took everything from the shop and brought it to my boy's basement, right? And then in his basement, we named it the Bronx Native Fulfillment Center, and we were just in there every day, just working, doing it up, trying to figure out what we're gonna do. You know, as entrepreneurs, you know, moments like this is to really define who you are, right? And for me, you know, it was tough. It was, you know, I wasn't sleeping. I was trying to figure it out, trying to get these loans, trying to stay alive, trying to survive. And it came to that point where I was like, you know, I think we're gonna have to close our shop, our flagship store as well. I remember the day was March 28th, which was the day that New York City started the lockdown, and I closed the shop. And I just looked at it and I took a photo and I said, you know, this could really be the last day that we're gonna be open, right? And that's not a good feeling, right? And I walked home that day, just walked all the way like about 10 blocks, and just that feeling of uncertainty, right? That feeling of kind of like failure, you know, it's like, damn, bro, is this really gonna like be the end?
Yeah.
But you already know we ain't stopping, bro. You already know the vibes. You already know the vibes. Man. We not gonna stop, you know. So for me, it's a battle, bro. You know, it's like as an entrepreneur, you have to be ready for things at all times. You have to be a problem solver. Yeah. You have to sacrifice. You have to be in there. You have to love the struggle. You gotta love the journey, right? Mm-hmm. And for me, that is the most important part of it, right? The journey. I love the struggle. I want all the smoke. Because when you go through these moments, it's what really makes who you are, right? It's like a diamond, right? You put the diamond into all this heat, all this stuff, you know, all this struggle, all this craziness, but it becomes diamond in the end. It's the same thing with us, right? And I've always learned from the beginning to not be afraid to put yourself in these uncomfortable moments, right? Of course, if you don't have to, you know, if it's like crazy, you know. But, you know, one thing for me was public speaking. I wasn't a public speaker. I was really shy. I was like, bro, but I want to have that impact of a public speaker. Yeah. How do I do this? By putting myself in situations. Interview, let's do it. I'm here. Talks, let's do it. You know, I might just do one talk in the past, but I might mess up, I might stumble, I might this, you know, but everything I'm learning every single day. And it's one of the major things about the journey and why I love it so much, right? Because the more I learn, the more beast I become, bro. The more I go through, so it's just like I'm equipping myself. I always see the light in the end of the tunnel, right? Yeah. I might be going through whatever, but I'm like, yo, this is definitely gonna end because I'm definitely not gonna be like this for the rest of my life. You already know, bro. So I'm gonna do whatever I can. If I need to not sleep, I'm not sleeping. If I need to do this, whatever I need to do, bro, I'm gonna do it to get to my goal, to make it happen. Because if not, it's just, get rich or die trying.
That's a fact. The man is built different. Yeah. And that's something that you gotta embrace the struggle. And coming from the Bronx, you know, everything we do, you know how to do it multiple ways. You know what I'm saying? And that even from our Latin culture, you know, you being Puerto Rican, me being Honduran, you know, we'll take, you know, salchichas and you make it 10 different ways. You put it in ramen, you put it in spaghetti.
Dominican,
Dominican. Sorry. You know,
but yeah, no,
but even with that, we come in different shades.
Facts.
And that's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all come in different shades. Puerto Rican, Dominican, Honduran, we all do. And as Afro-Latinos, we all need to embrace each other, that we all come in different shades. So coming from where we come from, you know, you can make a plátano 5 different ways, you know? Like, you could fry the chicken, you could make it guisado, you could mad different stuff. And so that only carries into our hustler spirit.
Yes.
You know, it literally goes right into it because it's like, okay, how can I do it this way? And how can I do the same thing that way? You know, and that only makes things better, you know. So, in closing, what does the Bronx mean to you, and what do you foresee the Bronx becoming?
Yes, Brody. I mean, it's really broad.
All right,
but I got it.
What does the Bronx mean to you?
Mean to me, yeah. So, the Bronx means to me a lot of things, right? First of all, you know, of course, home. the Bronx. I'm the Bronx. I like to, I'm a product of the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx. But some words that come to mind is and in the same mindset of that hustler spirit is a survivor. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's strength, bro. It is rawness. That metaphor of the rose coming out of the concrete. That's the metaphor that is the Bronx, right? The phoenix coming out of the ashes, right? Our history, right? If you look at 70s and 80s, literally 80% of the South Bronx was in ruins, right? Because all of our buildings was in fire, bro. We had nothing, bro, and even though we had nothing, we found ways to express ourselves, right? We found ways to entertain ourselves. We found ways to make community, to create more togetherness. Hip hop was created for our people, by our people, right? And it's just, and that came from the struggle, that came from nothing, disenfranchised communities, and we see that throughout history, not only in the Bronx. We see that with jazz, right, in Louisiana, right? We see that with blues. We see that with a lot of the major art, the major genres, that they come from these places of struggle. They come from these places of people that have left. But when you're left with nothing, that's when you're the most creative. Because you're like, what am I supposed to do now, bro?
Yeah, what do I do now?
And that's an idea. That's an ideology that is beyond the Bronx. Is about our people, right? Black and brown immigrants, right? We come to this country. We come to work, right? Wherever we're at, we make it happen. We make it a vibe, bro. It could be in anything, bro. Fashion, music, all these things, and we've seen that now more, where now these things are becoming mainstream, right? You see, our people coming up and doing these incredible things and taking ownership of their narrative, and changing that narrative. And I just want to close it up with saying, this is our time. This is our time to go. No better time, than today. You know what I mean? To make it happen. So I'm excited to be part of this journey and just this movement in a way. Through Bronx Native and everything that we're doing.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. So what do you foresee the Bronx becoming?
Yeah. So the Bronx has always been great. You already know, man. The Bronx has always been incredible. Like I said, so much talent, so much ambitiousness, so many incredible things. But I definitely see the Bronx getting more resources, right? When it comes to, like we keep talking about financial literacy, right? I am a true advocate for ownership, right? I see my people owning stuff. I see entrepreneurs coming up and starting their own business, right? Creatives from the Bronx, in all fields. I see better, health, we're the unhealthiest county out of all 62 counties, right? Yeah. I see the education system get better, right? I see our kids thriving. I see just overall our people succeeding in all fields, and I'm happy to be a small part of that change, right? That social change and that social impact that we strive to for so long, for the Bronx and for beyond,
So borough president someday?
Borough.
I mean, listen, if we gonna reach, let's reach.
I mean, that's a fact. That's a fact.
If it ain't you, it's me. And if it ain't me, it's you. Or it's both of us.
Let's do it again.
You know what I'm saying? Like something
that's
like
a
that.
Fact. That's a fact. I am open to life, like I said, right? I am open to life. Politics. I think we're seeing a change of narrative in politics as well, right? Where we're seeing a lot of young individuals, like-minded individuals with newer ideas coming into power, running and winning, getting to these positions. So, and it is, in a way, when it comes to creating change, as a policymaker, as a politician, it seems like the way to go to make that real change, right? So, of course, I thought about it. Me from the jump, just to be quite honest, politics is a whole new realm. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm a little bit, I'm willing to explore it. You know what I mean? I'm willing to, but of course I need a team. I need, I need to be equipped with the tools needed because I want to come correct. I don't want to come like you know what I mean? If I'm gonna pursue that, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say yes. But life is life and it's amazing. You already know.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for the time. like, subscribe, comment.
Let's do it up.
You're gonna see this on all platforms, on IGTV, on YouTube, on the Bronx Native platform, on my platform, and shout out your social networks.
Yeah, you already know. Check us out at the Bronx Native on all social media platforms. The shop is on 127 Lincoln Avenue, Bronx, New York, in the heart of the South Bronx. Bronx. You already know the vibe.
Let's get to it. Peace
so
and love.
Let's do it. Much love. Take care, guys.